there, and welcome to a brand new week on The One Show, live on BBC One and iPlayer with Jermaine Genius.
And Alex Jones. Now, the brilliant crime drama Silent Witness is back on our screens, and tonight the stars of the show, Amelia Fox and David Caves, are here with the lowdown on their characters' blossoming romance.
Oh, and if food is the way to your heart, then you won't want to miss Chef Big Zoo and what's not to love about the challenge he's been set. 12 dishes in 12 hours.
Ooh.
Sounds up your street, that does.
I'm well up for that, yeah. Also tonight we've got a very personal film from Bridgerton star Adrian Ando. She talks openly about her daughter's dyslexia and meets other families living with the same condition.
Plus, Winter Watch returns tomorrow night, and we'll be live with Chris Packham and Michaela Strachan in Dorset to find out if the wildlife there is glad to see them back or they look cold.
They
bless
do
them.
look cold, always wrapped up. They'll also have all you need to know about how to support your local wildlife in these freezing conditions, so make sure you don't miss that.
And it's not just nature that needs a helping hand when the temperatures plummet. Now, we all want to feel warm and cosy at this time of year, but imagine moving into a new home only to discover that your carpets have moved out.
Yeah, well, Kevin Dwala has been to see how help is on hand for those who've had the rug pulled from under them.
Carpet. It's a bit of an unsung hero. Not only does carpet feel nice and cosy underneath our feet, at a time when energy bills are still sky high, it can help keep our homes insulated from the cold too. And yet, in the UK, 1.2 million people are living without flooring or carpets in their homes, according to the charity End Furniture Poverty. Full-time mum Stacey and engineer Gavin moved into this social housing property in November.
I've never lived in social housing before. We've always been private tenants, so I had no idea what to expect.
Stacey knew the house would be unfurnished, but she wasn't expecting her housing association to leave her without carpet. It's standard practice to remove carpets in between tenancies for hygiene reasons. When you came in, there was no carpets there. What was the first thing you thought then?
Wow, what are we going to do here? You just think money, the kids, heat, you know, winter's cold on its own anyway.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you're failing your kids.
Stacey reckons it'll cost around £1,500 to put carpets in across the house. That's on top of her existing energy bills of around £250 per month. Money she simply can't afford.
We ain't got that type of money. I can't imagine a lot of people have got that type of money in this day and age.
Now, charities are helping families like Stacey's. Noah's Ark Centre and Act 435 have teamed up with a carpet company that saves offcuts of carpet from landfill and donates them to homes throughout the UK.
So, where'd you hear about us? OK, from your landlord, yeah, OK.
Andrew Sykes has been leading the rollout across Halifax. How bad is this problem, Andrew?
Since September, we've taken 105 referrals. We've fit carpets into 63 houses. It's 20% more expensive to heat a house without carpets. I've really been amazed at how many people, especially in the middle of winter, are living in cold, damp homes. And the reason is because they haven't got floor covering down.
Andrew's arranged for a team of volunteers to fit Stacey's home with carpets. Straight in the van?
Straight in the van, please, yeah.
With the carpets all aboard,
Thank you.
it's time to get them down before the rest of the family get home.
It's heavier than it looks, you know, this underlay.
By law, UK landlords only have to put flooring in kitchens and bathrooms. However, many social landlords are working with tenants to try and keep existing carpets throughout their properties. One of those is housing association Together Housing.
In the past, we did remove carpets, but listening to our tenants, they said, you know, perfectly good carpets going to waste, that's not a good use of resources, which is quite right. So what we do now in the last 12 months is we've got the specialist cleaning equipment that we use, and we make sure that it's clean and ready for the customer if they should want it. So I think it's down to individual customers as to what the best approach is.
As carpet fitter Craig and his crew get to work, Stacey tells me how she feels about the prospect of having carpet under her feet. What difference will it make to you and the family, Stace?
Cosy, relief,
Yeah.
warm, which is obviously most important.
It'd be interesting to see how the kids feel.
I'm so excited to see their reaction.
6 hours later, the carpets are in, just as the kids get in from school.
Got something to show ya. Look at the living room.
Whoa! Can we go see our room?
If you take shoes off.
Yes! I think this This is good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's great.
And Stacey's partner Gavin is over the moon.
Wow, that looks amazing. I feel very emotional. It's, you know, it's not every day that somebody's willing to help you. It makes a massive difference.
It's been amazing to see how something like carpet that many of us might take for granted can mean so much to someone. And that can be the difference between a house and an insulated, safe and cosy home.
Oh, and in this weather, you need it, don't you? Thank you so much, Kevin. And in this week's Watchdog, we are tackling the cost of energy. So if you're struggling to keep the heating on and to pay your bills, please do let us know.
OK, now it's time to roll out the red carpet for our first two guests. They're the stars of the hugely successful crime drama Silent Witness. Please welcome Amelia Fox and David Caves.
Thank you. Rolled out the purple rug, not so much the red carpet, but you know. Now, nice to see you both. Always lovely to have you on. So, David, most of our audience, of course, are familiar with Silent Witness and love it. But for those people who may be new, who may be thinking, right, I want something new to watch in January, and they can go all the way back, of course, to the beginning on iPlayer. Set the scene.
OK, yeah, well, it's a show about forensic pathologists and forensic scientists who try to discover what's happened to somebody in the final hours of their life, and they use the crime scene and predominantly the dead body to try and unlock the clues.
Lovely. Well, shall we have a look what's in store for the both of you in the new season? You know what I mean?
Gorgeous.
Not lovely,
Gorgeous.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Let's have a look.
Whoever did this has got away with it for 10 years plus. I can only examine what I see here now.
Hid bodies, a challenging location. I reckon we're in mass disaster territory.
This job, it wants to kill you.
You find me the evidence, I'll do the rest. I always thought what we do is the end. It's just the beginning.
Going on there. Now, Amelia, the relationship between your two characters really starts to develop this this series. How does it affect their working relationship?
Well, because these characters have been together for such a long time and they know each other so well, and they have moved from a friendship into a relationship. And what we wanted to try and do is to show the changes that happen when you've been working together for a long time, but suddenly you're in this relationship, but not allow it to sort of overtake what the show is really about, which is a crime show, and it's about the victims predominantly. But yes, we have some really, really lovely scenes to play in this series, and there are a few developments.
Playful but professional.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is, people are obsessed with this. Our viewers would like us to get a little bit more forensic, pardon the pun. Rachel has written in, she says, we fans have had a good guess that Jack and Nikki are living together. Can Amelia and David confirm this for us?
Whose house would be?
Confirm or deny nothing. Definitely yours. Definitely your house.
Yeah, I'd go with Amelia.
I love
Jack's had an upgrade though.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but no, definitely.
We really love filming
Has there been a toothbrush moved into? Are we at that stage?
Ooh.
So coy, aren't they?
Sure, I'm not sure what to say.
Yeah, I'm sensing something.
Come on, ask this next one.
I'm going to. Nat's written in. Fantastic start to the new series, both story-wise, and Jack and Nikki's relationship. Is a proposal on the cards from either of them? You wish you'd just answered the toothpaste one or the toothbrush one now, eh?
Yeah, I'm starting to wish I had. Poker face.
No proposal?
Poker face.
Nothing to say there.
Wow.
Really. We can't say anything about what happens.
Imagine,
in this
though,
series.
a silent witness wedding. It'd be so nice and such a change, wouldn't it?
Do you think it would be nice? Do you think it would be?
I think it would be
lovely.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. It'd be lovely.
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Right, David,
we
you've had
can't
some...
reveal much, can we, Kate?
Sorry, we can't.
You can't. I know, we get it. Don't worry.
No, you've said enough. It's fine.
You have. You've given us enough. David, you have had some great guest stars in this series. Cold Feet's John Thompson.
Yes.
He joins the cast.
Oh, yes.
How did he fit in? He's brilliant, isn't he, John?
He is fantastic. What a funny man. He's just a gag factory, that guy. It's quite tough to keep it together, actually, for some of the more serious
is
stuff.
so hard in the
He's
serious
so fun. He's
scenes.
never off. He's just always on. But he kept it so light, and it's exactly what you need when you're doing quite heavy material like that. But he was terrific.
And he brings a great character to the detective, and we sort of are a bit wary of him to start with and his attitude, but you can't help but...
He's very direct, he's very blunt, he says exactly what he thinks.
But you can't help but like him, played by John.
He's always lovely every time he comes on. He's such a brilliant energy, isn't he? And Amelia, obviously longer-serving cast member, but also one of the exec producers as well of the show. How do you combine both jobs then?
Well, it's almost like a sort of caretaking role, isn't it? Knowing the show and having been doing it for so long. And we both together really sort of can be guides to new people coming onto the show of what's happened to the characters before and the different evolutions and what works and what doesn't work. But also for me, I love seeing the behind the scenes. I love being on camera, but I really love seeing what happens off camera in the making of this show. And all the involvement from all the departments. You know, we have an incredible crew and production team who make Silent Witness happen each year. We're very lucky.
Amelia's been very modest, but she really is terrific. No one knows the show better, no one works harder at it, no one knows the scripts better. So, yeah, she's a real pioneer.
And when you've been on it for so long, you know, you want to safeguard it as well, don't you?
Totally.
Because it's part of you.
Yeah, we do together. I feel it's a joint effort, and with our wonderful regular Lyle team as well.
Oh, imagine the wedding. It's going to be lovely. Thank you, Rhoda. Witness is on tonight, 9 o'clock on BBC One, and part 2 is on next Monday. If you can't wait, of course, then it's on iPlayer for you.
OK, now something else that households across the UK will be excited about this week is the return of Winter Watch. And we can go live now, actually, to Chris Packham and Michaela Strachan. How are you doing, guys? So Winter Watch is back tomorrow night. Chris, preparations must be well underway. So where are you and what have you been up to today?
Well, firstly, what I've been up to is trying to get as many layers on as possible because it's about minus 30-something down here. Well, it feels like minus 30. But we're back at Arne, which is where we were for Spring Watch. Fantastic place, famed for its sandy lowland heath and all the species that it has there in the spring and summer. But in winter, it attracts a great range of different birds, from the tiniest goldcrest to super sexy things like spoonbills. So it's a fantastic place on the edge of Poole Harbour. So we've got fish-eating birds, kingfisher here, and in the middle of that, a real jewel, Brownsea Island.
Wow. Michaela, is it spoonbill you just said that? I just need to check this. I love them. Anyway, Michaela, you have also spotted some of your very favourite wildlife species, haven't you?
We have indeed. It's actually an animal that's very rare but iconic to this part of Dorset. It's cute, it's adorable, it's full of character. It's this animal, the red squirrel. And there's a good population of them on Brownsea Island where Yolo's been filming. Now, do you know, I first saw these red squirrels on Brownsea Island when I was 8 years old.
Back in the 1940s.
On holiday in Sandbags. 50 years later, I'm still super excited to see them. They are fabulous animals, and we're going to be learning more about them, in particular their mating behaviour, which is what they're doing at this time of year.
Oh, it's like Chris, a little squirrel nutkin, isn't it?
He's a brave man, isn't he, Chris?
I would hide his thermals after that, I'd be honest.
Michaela will be getting him back, I'm sure. Chris, you're also looking at plants in the new series, aren't you? And in particular, ferns.
Yeah, we don't just go for the cute and the cuddly squirrels. We're interested in all of the things that live here. And I was lucky enough to go down to Lidford Gorge a little while ago. It was pouring with rain. There's a waterfall there, so it's very damp. But this is temperate rainforest. It's one of our rarest habitats in the UK, home to all sorts of lichens, mosses and ferns. And what I was interested in is their reproductive behaviour, which is absolutely fascinating. They have 2 generations, one of which is microscopic. And I found it using my magnifying glass for the very first time in my life, so I was very excited about that too. Got to big up the botany on the show as well.
And Michaela, where else then in the UK will you be looking at?
Well, Alex, as you know, on The Watches, we try and cover the wildlife throughout the UK. We're down here in Dorset on the south coast. Gillian went filming right up north to Orkney, which is a fabulous place for wildlife, but it exceeded her expectations. She went out on a boat. Hopefully she was going to get porpoises, but look what she saw. orca. It's always incredibly exciting to see orca. It was in the distance, but then she saw another one, then another one. They got closer and closer to the boat. It was an absolutely incredible experience for her. In fact, she came back saying it was one of the best wildlife experiences she's ever had. And we'll be showing that on the programme tomorrow night.
Wow, that is amazing, isn't it?
It was amazing. Chris, you've mentioned, I mean, it is freezing outside, let's be honest. What tips have you got for people to look after their local wildlife, in particular birds in their gardens?
Well, it's the time of year to feed our birds, and you should put out a range of food, particularly things which are rich in fats. But there's one thing that I must point out, and that is look at our feeders. They're very clean. We've got to be cleaning those feeders at the moment because there are some quite dangerous diseases out there impacting negatively on our bird population. So feed them, but clean those feeders as much as you possibly can.
Ah, that's good advice. Thank you so much to Chris and Michaela. Good luck for the new series. And Winter Watch starts tomorrow night and continues for the rest of the week. 8 o'clock on BBC Two, and you can catch Chris and Michaela on Morning Live as well tomorrow morning.
OK, still to come. Tonight, Chef Big Zoo will be joining us to talk about his new travel show, which has something of a cheese twist to it.
Oh, cheese twist, nice. But first, we join a famous face of stage and screen. You'll know her best as Lady Danbury from Bridgerton. And tonight, she goes on a personal journey to explore a condition close to her heart.
I'm Adwa Ando, and I've been lucky enough to spend my whole working life as an actor.
But remember, a young lady cannot be a diamond until you anoint her as such.
But another very important part of my life has been my involvement with a condition called dyspraxia. It affects coordination and movement, where messages from brain to body fail to transmit effectively. My daughter Jessie was diagnosed with dyspraxia, aged 3.
Hello, Miss Jess.
Hello, Mum.
What were the things that you found challenging with your dyspraxia?
Everything. Clumsiness, concentration, ball sports, tying up my shoelaces.
We were extraordinarily lucky because you had occupational therapy from 3 until you were 12.
I worked hard. Things like being able to hold chopsticks and pick up peas, and then it'd be the gross motor skills, getting a ball and chucking it into a specific space, and then lots of balance work.
Having dyspraxia inspired Jessie to train as a special educational needs coordinator alongside teaching modern languages.
I want my students to have me as their person, their support.
Yes.
And it makes me a bit teary.
I'm so proud of you and all the love and support that you give your kids.
I'm so grateful for the early intervention, diagnosis and support that Jessie received.
But according to the Dyspraxia Foundation, an estimated 6% of the population have the condition, and today many are not so lucky.
10-year-old Freya was diagnosed with dyspraxia 2 years ago.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
How did you find out about Freya?
I could see that Freya maybe wasn't keeping track with all the rest of the toddlers. Everything was delayed.
It's more the running and like the jumping. I don't mind skipping.
So there isn't any issues in terms of Freya's intelligence, it's just how she's processing that information.
Exactly.
But Freya no longer has access to occupational therapy.
Once you get the diagnosis, there isn't a lot of help out there. She had 2 occupational therapy appointments, went on the 6-week course.
So the only support that you have had officially has been 6 weeks?
An hour a week.
In Freya's entire life?
Yeah.
I know that with early intervention and sustained support, it's easier for a child with dyspraxia to thrive. Layla is 17 and she was diagnosed with the condition 5 years ago. She's never had any occupational therapy. But her mum, Lynn, has noticed huge improvements in Layla's physical confidence since working at this riding school.
You good boy. Layla now just goes and does things. I'm just so proud of what she's actually managed to achieve.
Horse riding can help core muscle strength and coordination. And as a result, Layla is learning to drive, a real challenge for anyone with dyspraxia.
It's a lot of spatial awareness, feet, gears.
Well, it's been a long process, especially the feet. I really struggled with that.
Feet, off, off.
Yeah. I never thought I'd be able to drive like a manual car.
Is your foot off? Thank you.
I forgot I had a foot.
Yeah, but you're doing well.
Thank you.
Practice, coordination, confidence. With support, dyspraxia is no bar to achieving your potential. Go Layla. Teresa Joyce is an occupational therapist training new therapists to support others with the condition.
Some of the challenges are around the lack of occupational therapists.
But through the NHS, occupational therapy apprenticeships are happening now.
This is hugely exciting. We have undergraduate and master's level apprenticeships, which enable people to be working in a setting with an occupational therapist alongside their training at university.
We need more diagnosis, early intervention and support so amazing people with dyspraxia like Freya, Layla and my Jessie can take on the world
and have the chance to flourish.
I think dyspraxia, not as a disability, as a different ability.
I'm just looking forward to see what happens.
A huge thank you to Adrian there. Time now to welcome our next guest. It's our favourite rapping chef. It's Big Zoo!
Welcome to the show, Zoo. Welcome to the show. Now, following on from your brilliant BAFTA award-winning Big Eats, you're back again, but you've gone international this time. Got 12 dishes in 12 hours. It sees you travel the world eating. I mean, it sounds terrible. Tell me about it. Yeah. What a bad job, eh?
It could be worse, yeah. We kind of wanted to continue from Big Eats, you know, being the chef and kind of expand on that. And you see people like Gordon and Gino and Fred go and do these kind of things. So I just wanted to get a bit of taste of that life, you know what I mean?
I hear you. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's get a flavour then of what's in store.
People dream of seeing the world, but I'm here to eat it.
Oh my God.
Wow. It ain't about Guggenheims and tourist trains.
The heart and soul of any city is best served on a plate.
Oh, that looks good, man. Food is my work.
It's Big Zoo.
My love and my inspiration. Obviously, food is for sharing, and I won't be eating alone.
12 dishes in 12 hours. That sounds quite intense. Like,
it's a lot of food, bro. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of people before I did it, they're like, oh, bro, you got the dream job. Like, your life is amazing. I was like, yeah, sick. And then when I actually started filming, I'm like, yo, I don't know how much I can do. By the time you get to 8, you start questioning life. But thank God, it's a very good gig.
Yeah, exactly. And the people that you've got going with you, because you've got like somebody with you in each episode. Next weekend, you're in Amsterdam with one of my favourites, Anna Maxwell Martin.
Yeah.
She is ridiculous. And apparently, it all got a bit much.
Yeah.
A bit raucous, and you get thrown out of somewhere.
No, we did get thrown out of places.
Come on,
but it was just, me and her energy was quite different. But when we came together, we realised, yo, we're actually quite mental. We had a lot of fun. And it was sick for her, you know, as an actor coming on the show, for her, normally she gets paid to be someone else. But with us, she had to be herself. So it was beautiful to see her kind of like experience that on camera, where she's not saying no lines, she's just being naturally funny. And me and her, we connected in a good way.
Was it like street food, or was you kind of going to like upmarket restaurants, mid-level? What was the kind of like vibe of it?
We had like a mix of everything. So I wanted to keep it very like street food level, but we also wanted to touch on the different sides. So we went to like the Michelin star stuff.
Okay.
But it's all right.
Not for you, no.
I just don't. You see me? I'm a big man. See, when the plate is looking like my pinky, I'm not. Nah, man. It needs more circumference. You know
But
what
when
I'm
you've
saying?
got 12 dishes to it, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, when you got to 8 or 9, you're like, give me the pinky.
But you know what it is though? Mentally, every day I started, I'm like, you know what? 12. Let's go. So the first 3 dishes, I'm eating the whole plate. Now I realise why you're supposed to just have a little bit each time.
Okay, not the whole
plate.
plate.
Yeah, but my name's Big Zoo, so it's part of
There we go.
It's part of the brand.
You go. I mean, I was mentioning some of the amazing people you got on the show. Superhero, Marvel, Will Poulter. He's on the show with you as well. I mean, what was your favourite food? Italian? You went to explore together?
We went to Bologna.
Oh, wow.
And we had a very good... That's us there. Oh, my God, that's Will getting fed. This is me beating him in a speed race. That's me looking way more beautiful than him. Yeah, that's us doing some dance. No, it was a beautiful time. Will was such an incredible superstar, and he's just so humble, and I've known him for years, so being able to film something like that with him was just very fun.
Quickly tell us how you know him, because it's such a random story.
So I was doing my first ever headline show in Birthdays Dalston, 2017, and I saw him in the queue. I was like, mate, aren't you that famous actor guy, Will something? He's like, yeah, Will Poulter. I'm like, oh my days, why you at my show? And then, came to the pick, and ever since then, he's just always like helped me on my career. He's come on my radio shows and different shows I've done, and I got 12 dishes.
Nice.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And I saw you with Eddie Caddy on Saturday.
Yep.
And you know when you go to these places, they don't eat things that are just typically from that area, do you?
Yeah.
You kind of, they switch it up a bit as well.
Yeah. We had some So when we was in Cyprus, we had a lot of like Cypriot food from the Greek side, from the Turkish side, but we also had some food from Cameroon, and then we ended up arguing about a dish that we made that we was given. It's called kwanga.
Yes.
But I said, oh, I know this is called fufu. And he's like, mate, it's not called fufu, it's called kwanga. If you're at home in England, you're wondering, what are you talking about? Don't worry, you can see it online. I called my mum to help us with the debate, and then my mum ended up siding with Eddie Caddy, and I was quite upset. Yeah.
And then you had a brandy cocktail, though, and that was all right.
Yeah, let's not talk about that,
I mean, so I know you're a big Liverpool fan, right? But you was... You were with Patrice Evra. I mean, ex-Manchester United captain. I mean, the relationship, the partnership, did it work? Get a bit tricky at times or what? You're rivals.
Do you know what? With Patrice, I was lucky enough to play soccer with him before. Okay. So we had a little connection, but obviously being a Liverpool fan, he's a massive United fan. I was pulling his leg, Liverpool are doing better than United right now. But he did remind me of all the countless trophies that he's won and the times that he beat us. Patrice is a lovely man. Patrice, I kept on making jokes about the fact that he has 25 siblings. So I asked him in the show to name all of them.
Wow.
And it was quite tough.
Now, say there's another series, right? You've got 2 actors here you could rope in. Amelia, we'll start with you. Where would you take Big Zoo? Where would you like to go and sample some food?
Can we go to Mexico?
Of course. Arriba!
I would love that.
Yeah, we could do some burritos.
Yeah.
And other stuff.
Yeah.
Margaritas, tequila with a taco. Very nice.
There you gotta
go. Big Zoo's 12 Dishes in 12 Hours continues this Saturday night on ITV1 and ITVX at 10. I can't take you seriously.
Always fun. It's always fun when he comes on. We've got some messages here. Beanie asks, this is from Amelia and David, what has it been like to learn some sign language since the introduction of Cara?
Oh, yeah. Great fun to do that.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Rhiannon's helped us. We've had lots of help doing it. And you really have to... You're learning another language.
Yeah.
So it's been very, very good for us to do. And doing it, again, offset with Rhiannon as well as on camera.
Nice. Kay in Cornwall very quickly has said, as an ex-police officer, Silent Witness is just so fabulous, so realistic. Looking forward to tonight.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Thank you very
you've all been
much.
an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow with Neil Morrissey, Faye Ripley, James Buckley and the recent Golden Globe winner Paul Giamatti. Keep on, we'll see you then. No Golden Globe for me. OK.